Hello, my name is Mickey D. Mao, and this is my Codename Kids Next Door review of Season 2, Episode 15, Operation D.A.T.E. Alright, so, of course, let's get into it. There's going to be summary, plot, and review. So, first the summary. The kids next door and nearly every kid in town are invited to a dance at the delightful children from down the lane's mansion. However, it was actually a trap. All of the party guests, except number 1 and Lizzie, are delightfulatized like the D.C.F.D.T.L, which stands for Delightful Children from Down the Lane. And now for the plot. The episode begins with Sector V running into the briefing room, reporting for duty. Nigel informs the team that earlier this morning he had received a dangerous item in the mail drop. He holds up a fancy piece of paper with tongs as if afraid to touch it. Abigail attempts to read it. "You have been cordially invited to," only to be interrupted by Nigel screaming at her not to touch it. She clarifies that it was just an invitation, and Cookie reads the rest of the letter and excitedly cries out that it was an invitation to all the kids in town. Cotillion, the biggest shindig in town. Nigel tells the group that it may not be an innocent dance, as it is being hosted by the delightful children from down the lane. Cookie sadly asks if that means they aren't going, to which Nigel shouts, "Of course we're going." The team celebrates, and Nigel clarifies that it won't be fun, it'll be a mission to find out what the Delightfuls are up to. He says to avoid suspicion, they will have to couple up. He turns back to the team and sees Abigail lean on Hoagie's shoulder, pairing up, and Wallaby takes Cookie's hand, smiling, pairing themselves up as well. Nigel is taken up by surprise that his other 4 teammates paired up so fast, leaving him dateless. They tease him about finding a date, causing him to call Lizzie. The next scene consists of Nigel calling Lizzie, while the others laugh quietly at him in the background. He fumbles at first, but then he adopts a more strict tone, informing her that it's a mission and what she was expected to do, as well as earning the temporary codename number 49. Lizzie misinterpreted this as him asking her on a date, accepting quickly. Nige is his nickname given from Lizzie. So Nige yells into the phone that it's not a date, but Cookie steals the phone from him and tells Lizzie that they'll pick her up at 7:00 p.m. along with advice on what to wear. Either something with feathers or a pretty princess dress. Oh my god. Anyways, we next see the delightful children from down the lane's mansion. A crowd of kids are being dropped off or talking to each other, excitedly surrounding it. Then Sector V arrives by air, landing in front of the yard and exiting by the ramp. Wallaby is wearing a black tuxedo jacket, white shirt, red bow tie, and jeans, and Cookie wears a pale pink dress and pink Mary jeans and a silver tiara. Hoagie exits wearing a white and blue suit, top hat, and red bow tie, and Abigail is wearing a navy suit and red bow tie, referring to her tomboyish attitude. Nigel merges with a black suit and red bow tie with a white rose boutonniere. That one thing that you wear right here. I'm pointing, but you guys can't even see it. Anyways, Lizzie close by, wearing a sparkly blue dress and her hair in with rolls near her ears and wearing white shoes. She thanks Nigel for the corsage, and he responds that it's not a corsage, it's a two-way communicator. He receives a call on it from like at the very moment, but it turns out to be Lizzie only a foot away, annoying him with "you're neat." He joins the rest of the team in the doorway, looking at awe in the elaborate decorations in the ballroom. Nigel tells Hoagie and Abigail to keep their eyes open, but they move on to do recon on the sandwiches. He turns to Wallaby and reminds him to keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Only to find out Cookie and Wallaby are gone. He finds them dancing fast together on the dance floor, surrounded by onlookers. Lizzie tells Nige that she thinks there's a slow song coming up, making him laugh nervously, and he left quickly. Hoagie and Abigail are at the refreshments table, eating and drinking happily. Nige startles Abigail into spitting out her drink, and after a substance test of the punch, he finds that it's cherry flavored. Hoagie and Abigail reassure him that they are keeping their eyes open, but they don't find anything suspicious, so they tell him to go relax and to go enjoy his date. Nigel spends the night with Lizzie, having refreshments with her while acting suspicious, like on the balcony, planting a fake Nigel for Lizzie to rest on as they are having a slow dance together. Lizzie sees the photo room and she takes Nigel to the photo room, only to find out that the delightful children from down the lane have made a machine that turns the other kids into delightfuls, just like them. Nigel takes Lizzie out of the photo room with the delightful kids chasing after them, and they both hide in the closet. They open the door to show Lizzie getting her camera out to take their photos. As she takes the photos, the kids are back to normal. Nigel realizes this, uses the camera to take photos of the other kids. Eventually, Lizzie, who was indeed crossed with Nigel, threatens him that she won't let him walk her home that night and tells his friends about how badly he ruined their date. Nigel instantly snaps and yells out loudly that this isn't about the date. Even clarifies that he has an important mission, and some girl who is date crazy humiliated Lizzie in front of the other kids. Nigel crossly goes into the ballroom and sees that the delightful children has more delightful machines to turn Nigel into a delightful. Lizzie storms in angrily to tell Nigel off and to tell him that he is the worst. It was the worst date that they've ever been in. So she tries to throw a cherry punch at him, but he gets out of the way by dodging, and it splashes on the power generator box. Nigel hugs Lizzie, telling her how clever she is, to which Lizzie responds with "Oh, Nigel, now was that so hard?" ? All the kids run out of the mansion, and the mansion explodes and turns into fireworks. Nigel holds Lizzie's hands as they enjoy the fireworks together. And that's it for Codename Kids Next Door Operation Date. That's all I gotta say. It ended in a happy note. No one got hurt. No one got laughed at in the face, except for the delightful children. Their mansion got blown up, and yeah, that's that. More Codename Kids Next Door videos coming soon. The next few are gonna be really interesting. I can't wait for that. And I like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys there.